watching the other candidates involve themselves in attack campaigns, which we do not appreciate. We do not believe it's the right way to go. Keanan's trying to get people to work together, and we kind of see that as a better person for our mayor. We see the other candidates trying to win elections by causing division. For example, myself, I was not born here in Hamilton. I moved here 24 years ago, and I have to ask one of the other candidates, am I not good enough to represent this city? Keanin is not a career politician. He's someone who's devoted to making a difference in the city. His experience and his background will be a great asset to City Hall, and we believe that that's what is important. We desperately need leadership that I believe that Keanin will provide, and with that, it's my pleasure to introduce the next mayor of Hamilton, Keanin Loomis.
All right. Thank you so much, Frank. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate your support. Thank you all for coming, and thank you, Frank, and thank you to brothers of the 7135 for supporting this campaign as we work to bring real change to the city of Hamilton. Your endorsement means so much to me, and I'm deeply appreciative and humbled. I come here with a daughter of a steel worker, and I know how important steel is to Hamilton. Frank mentioned when we first met, I reached out and he said, yes, I'd be happy to meet. And one of the very first things I had to overcome is why would a union endorse the former president and CEO of the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce? And we talked about my support for Canadian steel when Donald Trump levied tariffs on Canadian steel. We talked about the future of steelmaking as well and how important it is to continue to do that, but do so in a decarbonized way here in the city. And we talked about all the other issues that Frank just mentioned that are important to not just the brothers of 7135, but everybody here in Hamilton. If elected on October 24th, which is just 1 week away, I promise you that I will work hard every day to earn your trust that you have put in me. The members of this local are exactly the kind of folks we are trying to help with our plan, the hardworking backbone of our city, who deserve better now and in the future. We want to provide real transparency to what we do at City Hall so that they can see how their hard-earned tax dollars are spent. We want to stop wasteful spending and instead invest in areas that will directly benefit residents and address urgent issues in every corner of the city, from Stony Creek to the Mountain to Waterdown and downtown. We want to increase accessibility to the system with a real 311 system where citizens can bring an issue to the city's attention and know that their voice is going to be heard. And considering we are on Barton Street right now, I can't help but saying it, we want to provide some common sense and put in place the best advice of experts in getting value for money to fix the damn roads here in Hamilton. I keep telling about how I'm trying to get through the campaign with my 13-year-old car, and I'm almost there, yet the alignment is so badly off. I hope we can get through the next week. And the truth is, as our city is growing, as more people come here looking for an affordable place to live, a safe place for their kids to go to school, and somewhere to set roots and grow their families, this city's government hasn't grown with it. They haven't adopted the same positive, ambitious attitude that has come to characterize the people in this city. I'm tired of the narrow thinking and the excuses for why we can't do more or be better. Hamiltonians are asking for more from their city, and they deserve more than they are getting. That's the vision we want to bring to the city through our plan. It's time to aim higher for Hamilton. We can't keep electing the same group of politicians and expect different results. Myself, I don't want to make a career out of being mayor. I see being mayor more like a job. You do the best job you can with the time you have, and you leave the place better than when you got there. And then you get out of the way. If I am elected on October 24th, I will do the best job I can, working as hard as I can to help seize Hamilton's potential, and then get out of the way of the success that I know that we can achieve, all of us, together. I'm holding myself to getting as much done as I can, as fast as I can. I'm here as someone who is passionate about this city, who has worked closely with the city through my work at the Chamber of Commerce, and I want to aim higher to deliver on the city's potential. I've been blown away by the growing support for our campaign and the momentum that we have been building as we near the final days of this election. And again, I want to thank the folks of USW 7135 for joining us here today and for their support. Thank you so much, and I am happy to take any questions that you have.
Kind of an unusual partnership. There's literally NDP signs on the walls for listening to this announcement. Can you give me some insight as to why you approached them and how much that initial connection weighed in the decision today to endorse you?
Yeah, well, so as I said, steelworking is the backbone of our city. It's still a huge part of our economy, and it forms the whole character of Hamilton. And so to me, it was easy to pick up the phone, reach out to Frank, and to talk about how I can be the best mayor for not just business interests, but for all citizens, and especially the hardworking blue-collar folks and working-class folks within our community. So we sat down, and as I said, Frank had a number. He's a very direct person, had a number of very direct questions. But I think that we were able to find common ground, and a lot of it was around, again, the importance of steel, the importance of continuing to make steel in the city, and then all the other issues that address all the other concerns that Frank outlined, and that so many other people across the city, regardless of whether they're steel making or any other profession, the real concerns that everybody here in this community has.
We're 1 week out. How do you feel about your chances next Monday?
I think that we have definitely the momentum, and it's been great. We have been to every single corner of this community, all kinds of events, all kinds of canvases. There's certainly a lot of enthusiasm, and people are desiring change across the city, and we have that opportunity. It's right there in front of us. People want an unpolitician, somebody who's not doing this for a career, who's not doing this as a backup plan, or who's not doing this as a semi-retirement plan. They want somebody who's all in, who understands the issues, and understands what it's like to raise a family in this community right here, right now.
What are we going to see out of the Loomis campaign over the next week? What are you going to be doing? Are there more endorsements to come? Any other policy things you're going to be announcing?
There are definitely more endorsements to come. We're spending a lot of time this week in Waterdown, which happens to be the last community for our town hall tour this election cycle. So we'll be up in Waterdown for lunch today. We'll be doing a town hall there tomorrow. We have virtual town halls planned as well. A lot of canvases, a lot of events. We got the McMaster Student Union Forum today, which, unfortunately, my competitors are not going to be at. They don't see the students, I guess, as valuable and important voices in this community, and I think that's rather unfortunate. But we are going to be all out from here until Election Day, and it's going to be exciting as we continue to get out and interact with as many Hamiltonians as we can.
The city housing comment, the YWCA story, and now over the weekend somebody dug up a tweet from 2013 where you're talking about Arcade Fire listening in your car. Some have read that as kind of a disparaging comment against striking. Now you're getting this endorsement. These missteps, how do you think it's going to affect you when it comes to Election Day?
This is what you get when you have a real person just trying to step up and provide leadership in this community, right? I'm not perfect. I never said that I was. I never put forward to anybody that I'm perfect. And it's ridiculous to suggest that, I'm anti-union or anti-worker based upon some tweet that was out 10 years ago. I've been endorsed by LUNA. I've been endorsed by USW. I've worked with unions all throughout my tenure at the chamber, whether it comes to, again, protecting Canadian steel, advocating for the LRT project here, working on a whole lot of workforce matters, labor issues in this community, helping the community get through COVID as well. So I'm committed to representing all types of workers and all Hamiltonians as mayor. And this is just an example of partisan politics, unfortunately trying to come to poison our city hall. And this is exactly what the people of Hamilton do not want anymore. We need to move on. We need to look forward and talk about solutions to issues, not try to drag people down because they're trying to step up and provide leadership in our community. Matt, do you have any questions?
Actually, a quick one for Frank.
Sure, yeah.
You mentioned that no one else had reached out to you, and I saw the signs up on the wall there as well. So in the past, you probably had a decent working relationship with the NDP at the provincial level.
Yes.
Did that factor into your conversation about when you decided who to support?
So obviously, union, we normally support the NDP. The NDP is the union's party. That's at a provincial and a federal level. We're at the municipal level, and we're looking for individuals that are going to look out for our city that's here. We sometimes get criticism because, yes, I understand where Keanin had come from working with the Chamber of Commerce, but he did the best job that he did for the people he represented at that time, and that's an important thing to recognize. If he's going to work hard for them, then I'm sure that he's going to work for us in his new role as mayor. As I said, one of his first lines that he said to me, he's not about to take sides, he's here about bringing both sides together to try to work to advance our city to make something better, and I believe what he says.
Forgive my ignorance, but as a union representing the workers that you represent, what do you want from a mayor? What is important to you?
I would like to see housing development occur to create jobs in the labor field. I also believe, because the steelworkers have something called the Blue-Green Alliance, we want to protect our urban boundaries. There's a lot of crumbling infrastructure that's happening here in the city, and we believe that that should be built and fixed first before trying to expand out elsewhere. And both ways creates jobs. I'd like to see the jobs to fix our things that we have now to make our city better.
Thanks, Greg. All right, thank you all. Really appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your support.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys.
Thank you again.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Thanks, Frank. Really appreciate it.
Can I just get a photo?
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
Can you guys just hold it? for a
Yeah,
second?
sure, of course. Up to it that time.
Oh, I'm better not.
Been doing this a little while.
Okay.
Perfect, thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
thank
guys.